Alright, so in this one, I want to go over what Legends is doing correct. More towards what they're doing actually, I would say, beneficial to the players, right? So, two main topics here. The raid, because this raid is actually probably the best it's ever been. No, I'd say it actually is the best it's ever been. I could have said on release it was the best it's ever been, but no. Right now, it's the best it's ever been, the raid, and how they're handling Zenkais, and what that means for the future of the game, and what actually I can see happening a lot sooner than later, just because of how they're handling a lot of things right now. So, to look at the raid, this raid is perfect? I don't know if it could ever be perfect. I mean, you see this here. We do overall damage inflicted, and then boom, we get rewards, right? I don't even have to play to get rewards from this raid. Firstly, that's beautiful, obviously. So, to look at it, I've done this a couple of times here. I have 6,000 points. You get about, I don't know, a couple hundred points every run. I'd say like 200-300 minimum every run if you actually do some requirements. Then you look here, so this is damage rewards, right? This is overall damage that we've done as a player base rewards. So we've done 65 million damage. The thing is, this caps never, right? Per further, 25, what is that, billion damage dealt? Rewards, we get 15. These dual exchange shop, whatever coins, whatever you call them, raid coins. Look at how much we can do. We've already done this much damage. 65, it's billion, trillion, whatever the fuck it is. 65 big number. And this goes for a week. To look at individual awards, basically every time that you do a raid, you will get combat points. And the max you can get up to is 700, or 7,200 rather, and get how much CC? Let's count. 100, 150, 200, 250, I assume it's 1k by the way. 300, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 50, 700, 750, 800, 900, 950, 1,000. 1,000 goddamn CC. Now, that's normal, but again, this is crazy. So you only do get 1k CC total. I mean, you could get more here from the overall damage, which again, it would be what? 1,200 CC in total, right? Then, on top of all that, you have these little menus here that actually make it very easy to click. You don't have to go through home screens and all that shit to go back. I know 9 out of 100, it's down bad, devastating. You saw the same exchange shop with the same stuff. Nothing's changed here. I think, yeah, they actually added less erasers in the recent raids, but that's it. You have everything normal here. But the main, benefit is you don't have to play and you get rewards. And then, with you not playing, you're not losing out on anything because you have a week to do all this stuff, right? I know this is what? I believe combat points you need, well, that shows how you get them, but this, I think you need 45 raid runs, give or take maybe 40 minimum, but 45 raid runs to get all this. But understand, you have a week. Raids are typically a weekend long. This is a week long. And the boost units, honestly, you can run anyone. Now, I'm going to say this shit because I'm tired of dealing with it. UI Goku is probably the worst boost unit on this list. Vegeta's the best. Jiren is second best. Let me explain why Jiren's second best, because I am losing my marbles when I see UI Gokus, and I literally disband because I just want to run with Jiren's, if not Evolution Blue Vegeta. Even Champa is better than UI Goku, I think. Jiren has a green card that restores his whole hand. So to get Rising Rush quicker, you pop that green card, boom! You have a Rising Rush basically set up within 2 to 3 hands of Jiren. Even if he does have Dragon Ball Manipulation, which I'm pretty sure he actually doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. But he gets a Rising Rush always quicker than UI Goku. Every single UI Goku I've run into, they have had to wait until his bar, well, Kefla's bar, her bar, has come back, so the second round of the bar being down, and then we dual Rising Rush. That shouldn't be the case, right? Furthermore, if you're running UI Goku or Jiren, and you're running like a dual Jirens or something, you're probably going to need to perfect Rising Rush. For me, personally, I'm using a 7-star Evolution Blue Vegeta that's Zenkai buffed. I don't need a perfect Rising Rush, even with the UI Goku. They'll have like a 1 or 2 health bars left. And with the chance of, I think, the AI guessing Rising Rush being 20 or 30%, I just don't risk it. I just always pick Strike. If I had to recommend, pick like Green or Blast, because you have Jiren here, who's more Strike-based, so picking Blast, obviously, do more damage. Then UI Goku, who's more Blast-based, then pick Green card, because he does have pretty equal Strike and Blast stats. If not, I think his Strike stats are actually higher than his Blast stats. And then Champa, Blast Base, pick green card, or strike cards if you really want to, but do whatever for that. But please, if you have Jiren, any star, literally any star Jiren is better than UI Goku. I promise you from playing this, I've been doing this since last night. Just please do not use UI Goku over Jiren. Everyone should own Jiren at this point. He's been around for a goddamn long time. Please use him. Also, just to mention before we actually get into the actual meat and potatoes of this, because this is like just gassing the game, right? But I'll be analyzing and gassing it a little bit more after this. If you guys want to see a tier list of every Sparking in the game, updated version, because the last time I did one was 3rd anniversary, and it's been a couple months, let me know. I was going to do it today, but I was thinking about it. I was like, let's just ask before we do it, because that'd be smarter. So if you guys do want to see that, let me know. I will obviously do that. It'll probably be as long as the other one, an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, just because it's every Sparking in the goddamn game. We actually could include some EXs there if we really want to, but mostly every Sparking in the game, if not every singular one, we will be doing a tier list of. If you guys do want to see that, I'll probably have it up next weekend latest, but probably like this week, like midweek. If you guys do want to see it, let me know. But yeah, to continue, so I gassed and sucked the raid off enough, right? This raid is the best raid it's ever been, and yada yada yada. Now, why Legends, I think, is actually going in a very good direction. I know, I made that video yesterday talking about, I didn't really explicitly say it, but I feel Dokkan right now is better than Legends, and that's even from someone that uploads Legends twice a day. So you could see the confusion of, oh, why is this guy gassing up Legends now? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I kind of had like an epiphany, right? Because this is what happened to Dokkan. I summoned, I didn't pull the new units, but I pulled characters I didn't own that are very good. That's just how it went, and it was fine. But then I realized, oh, I didn't pull the new unit, I want to get off the game. Now with the Legends, it seems to me that, oh, I don't pull the new unit, given I always pull the new unit. Maybe, let's say, for example, Frieza. I didn't pull Frieza. I didn't think, okay, I want to get off the game. 1, I make content on the fucking game, so I want to stay on it more. And 2, I guess I enjoy Legends more than it seems in my brain, right? Maybe in my head it's like, okay, well, time to play, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's Legends time, honey. Like, that's what it is in my brain. But in reality, it's more like, okay, I didn't pull a new unit. I could still run this. And maybe I would have ran the new unit on, like, this amount of teams. Now, that's a good and bad thing, right? Before I even get into the main topic, because I'm kind of rambling here. Not caring that much about the new unit is not necessarily me. I always care about the new sparkly, shiny thing. You know, call me an idiot, call me stupid, whatever you want to call it. I just always do. Even if I'm not hyped for the character of itself, I am always caring about it, right? I don't really care that much about full power Frieza against Namek Goku. I do like the fight. I like everything, you know, leading up to it, everything in it, but I'm not as much of a care for that as, like, Evolution Blue Vegeta. While some people obviously don't like Evolution Blue Vegeta, you know, I just care about all of it. I just like it all. Dragon Ball fan, pretty stupid, can't read, you know, very small brain, that's how it works. But I realized that I didn't really care about not owning Frieza. Now that kind of gets into a topic of, well, why? I mean, look, Frieza is a good LF. It's just that Frieza should have been better for how limited he is currently on the teams he's run. I think that's the only reason I didn't care that much, but let's say someone like Vegeta, I like the character, and he's good on the teams he's run, given I don't think he's the best on every single team. I'm looking at you, God Key. He's not the best there, but he's good enough to run on the best teams. I like that. But to get into the main topic, kind of leading out of that, Zenkai's into LFs, so, and not Zenkai LFs, Zenkai's into LFs. So Zenkai's, Kaba, Piccolo, Goten, who else was pretty recent? Let's see, who else? Turles, Ginyu, look at all those. How good are they? How much do you see Goten, Piccolo, Kaba, Ginyu, and who else did I say? Turles. I'm giving you guys a second to think about it. Never! Why? Now, can explain why. They are not good enough. And why is that? That is because Legends is learning. I have said this at least a little bit in detail a couple of times at this point in past videos, but we're going to explain it now. Legends seems to be learning from its mistake. Obviously, you see FSK there. You see the top three units, the 5th unit, I don't know, let's see, the 11th unit down. Those 3 units, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, FSK, Super Saiyan Gogeta, DKP, all these units, Bardock, that are Zenkais, but are rulers of the game. That's old units. And then you look at, let's say, GT Goku, Cooler, 16, Goten, Blue Gohan. None of them, while they're all old units, are as busted as the older Zenkais. Crazy, right? Now, why is this the case? Legends, again, seems to be learning. Maybe it's just my stupidity and blindness of hope for this game to succeed and thrive, but I do think Legends is learning from its mistake of broken Zenkais because we have not seen one in so long, right? We see Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I get that. We see FSK. I get that. But how long ago did they come out? Pretty goddamn long ago, given that's why they're still on top, but they're not being released with more broken shit on top of them. Now again, this is more referring to Zenkais. I know Revival Gohan does exist, and he does pair well with both of these LF Zenkais, but he's not a Zenkai. He deserves to be as good. The problem is, people see and think Revival Gohan is cancer and toxic, which I agree, he is cancer. But the toxic is FSK. The toxic is how FSK has lasted this long in this game with just no competition. That's the toxic. So, with that, it's kind of like, oh, well, if we just had these LF Zenkais not existing, would Revival Gohan seem that crazy? Probably not. I mean, he'd be tedious. You could run... Honestly, you would probably see a double Revival team of, like, Goku and Gohan together on a Sun Family team. And you'd have to face off against 5 lives that way. Wow, that actually sounds like a cancer topic, but... It's still a team that'd be able to run, but it wouldn't be as good because if a Zenkai like FSK didn't exist, or Super Saiyan 3 Goku, it'd be much easier to manage because, you know, Gohan is pretty paper thin, Revival Goku's pretty paper thin as well, then whoever that 3rd unit would be, I don't know, let's say Zenkais don't exist, I guess you run a red at that point, right? Let's say, who's a red Sun Family unit? Future Super Saiyan Blue Goku, I don't know, you run him, boom, full strike base setup. It wouldn't be that hard to deal with, but it would be a team to deal with that's actually a little bit difficult. That's if LF Zenkais didn't exist to the extent that they are. If they aged kind of like Beerus did. Now, Beerus aged more because a legitimate age. I mean, Beerus has been around for a fucking while with his Zenkai. I mean, it's been over 2 years, I think, if not close to then. Gohan, it's been over a year and you don't even notice his age, and Goku, it's gonna hit a year pretty soon here in a few months. But again, you don't notice their age. Now, to get back on topic, why are they doing this to Zenkais? Well, it seems like they want to make LFs the peak. Now, I've said it where I think they want to make Zenkai LFs the pinnacle of the game, but I think I might be wrong. I don't know, because it's very strange, right? Because you see Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, you're like, okay, he's as good, if not a little worse or better, depending your opinion, than Gogeta Blue. It's just... He's that level, right? He's not Kid Buu level. He's not, I don't know, Future Gohan level. He's none of their levels, right? But he's as good as a pretty solid LF unit. Okay, Frieza. He's about Zamasu level, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta level, more because his teams, but also because he just doesn't attract a lot of people compared to, let's say, a stupid-ass Saiyan like Gogeta, like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. He just doesn't attract a lot of people, so you won't really see him run and can test them out or play against them as often as you would Gogeta, Vegeta, Goku, all these type of units, because it's not a Saiyan. That's just how it works. But he, overall as a unit, he's probably like a low S tier to A tier, A plus tier unit. And then we look at Goten, a Zenkai LF. And he's about worse than Vegeta, maybe even worse than Frieza. I mean, if we think team-wise, Frieza definitely is worse because Goten has Sun Family hybrids movies, while Frieza just has really powerful opponents to be on, and they don't have a support unit, which, if they did, by the way, they'd be crazy. But Goten isn't that good. I mean, he's good, but he's, like, not FSK. He's not... He's nowhere in the top echelon of Zenkais from back when Zenkai first originated. Again, like Bardock, like Gogeta, like Blue Trunks here, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like all these other units, Goten does not compare in any way. He's just not as good. And remember, he's an LF Zenkai. It seems they're trying a weird trend, or kind of in like an off-ground, middle, weird, like an awkward, like let's say a fucking, I don't know, like, let's say you're meeting up with someone and it's like before the date happens, but it's like, it goes okay, but you don't know if you want to see them again. We're kind of in like that awkward position where you're like, let's see what happens, but I'm not sure entirely what the fuck is going on. That's where Legends is at with the units they're releasing, because you have Vegeta, who's good enough to be on a main team of a very good team, but he's not better than a unit that came out 6 months before him. Then you have Goten, who you've seen, you know, have this effect of LF Zenkais where they're going to be the pinnacle of the game, and then you have Goten, who's about tier 1. We're kind of in an awkward stage, and I think it's more because of Ultras. Now, I've said, and I'm going to repeat this forever, I think Summonable Ultra will not come out until we get a full color wheel of Ultras, right? So we have red and purple, I assume the next one will be blue, and then a yellow because blue pairs well with yellow, and then a green because yellow pairs well with green, and then we have full color wheel of Ultras, right? The next Ultra probably being, if not soon, then Black Friday the latest, but I could see it even being sooner than that, actually. I don't think we're going to get Summonable Ultra till then, but it seems like they kind of want to push it quicker. I don't know. They're doing a strange thing. Like, I've kind of... I don't know if I've said it fully, but... They're doing a strange thing where they don't know what to do, but yet they're doing the correct thing. Again, with Kaba not being that great, with Cooler, GT Goku, these units having either niches or just not being phenomenal, at least for now, I mean, that's a positive, but it seems like it's accident. I don't know. See, it's weird, right? Because I want to give Legends credit. I really do, because I do think Legends deserves a lot of credit, given it does have so many goddamn flaws. I do think Legends deserves some credit in some areas, but it's also like, I don't know if it's intentional. Like, I guess it is, right? Because Kaba, it's so many units back-to-back that are just so mediocre. And then so many summonable units that are actually good. But then you look at some summonable units and it's like, I mean, there's no summonable units recently that are that terrible, right? You have the EXs that are crazy. Yeah, I guess it is on purpose, huh? It just feels like, again, that awkward stage where you really can't tell what they're doing fully. And I think it's hard to even tell if they're trying to do it on purpose. Legends is making good strides to a healthier game with not releasing, obviously, old units to be pinnacle units. I mean, I've referred to myself 20 million times in this video, but the last time I'll refer to myself here is they should always make Zenkais a secondary option compared to a primary option. So FSK should have been a secondary option to another Red Hybrid, another Red Sun family. You know, like Kaba is a secondary option to Vados currently. You know, Piccolo, secondary option to Blue 21, Kid Buu, all these other units. Not having Super Saiyan Blue Goku Zenkai 7 main option on God Key. Well, debatably, obviously, because of Rival Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Goku being the only option as a purple on GT. Like, that shouldn't have been a thing from the get-go, and it seems like they're toning that down. Because, again, you're not going to run Blue Super Saiyan Gohan here over, I don't know, Namek Goku or Bardock or any of these units, or even LF Broly at this point, right? Even on a movie team. Red Cooler, you're not going to run him over DBS Frieza. GT Goku, you're not going to run him over Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who's a Zenkai, but that kind of debate of two Zenkais being, you know, number one, number two choice, I mean, that's just because the tag has no units, right? GT has no units, so that's why that's a thing. But I guess they're going in a good way. I'm just kind of contemplating saying that because while it seems so, with these updates, quality of life giving the, I guess, good enough updates. I mean, some stuff is kind of buggy because there's some glitches in co-op where you can't even back out. There's some equipment glitch. Well, not really equipment glitch, but equipment slowness where it takes a lot more time to reroll equipments now, and that was an update to make it quicker, obviously, because it's quality of life to make everything quicker. The menu, whatever, that's not a big deal. But there's some updates in the raid and these Zenkais and how they're dropped to where it seems that they're doing good things, but again, I don't know if intentional or not. It seems like it is intentional. The benefit of the doubt tells me it is, but again, you have to have some pessimism with this game because it takes a lot of steps forward while taking a lot of steps back. Currently, it's taking a lot of steps forward. Even with PvP, they've increased the regions you can play in. I believe I've been told from who I played against that I played against a Japanese player, and I'm in the US, so factor that, will you? Like, that's crazy, right? You could only play against maybe EU and the US when you're in the US, and now I played against a Japanese player. Again, not sure if it was actually fully true. The person told me they're from Japan, but anyone can lie on the internet, right? That's just how it is. So even increased strides in there, but yet there's PvP cheats where you can both lose because someone tries to draw a hack or something. I don't know. Again, it's a lot of good strides, but also some negatives, but that's every game. There's always goods and negatives. It's just that with an update, you would expect only good. With this update, there's a lot of good. Again, a lot of good. I'm not trying to downplay this. I do think Legends is moving in a good direction with how they're balancing Zenkais to not make them #1 options, and then having this raid to where everyone can actually value from it. Even if you're over 20k CC, it's not a thing you have to accept these CC. You just get them from playing, so then you can get over that 20k CC cap and then not have to accept gifts, even though we have that 20k CC cap, which doesn't make any sense why we still have it, but we do. They found an ulterior way to get around it for players that are actually saving for a long time, and players that buy a lot, clearly. Let me know what you guys think of everything. I do think Legends is moving in a good direction. Obviously, they could move in a very much more fluid direction, a lot quicker, but I don't know, man. I think it's good enough for what it is. I just hope we get more frequent things helping the game as we continue. But this update, while I will dog on the Gauntlet mode not being a real mode and just being ass, and that is forever going to be just my opinion. If you don't agree, you know, that's fine, but I will forever dog on it saying it's ass and it's just USTR and Tournament Power combined. Besides that, I do think this update is good. I do think everything they're doing currently is good, and how they are handling PvP and Zenkai units is very good, allowing even Kala to be free Zenkai 7 basically from dailies and then missions. Very good. I hope they keep moving in the stride of making Zenkais not the top tier options and watering down these Zenkais to where they're #2 options, so new units can actually have shine, kind of like Majuba's had shine, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta. They've all had shine because Zenkais aren't overpowering them. I like that. It's good. Let's keep that going, Legends. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.